Welcome back, everybody, to our online isolation 2 podcast. Just Dee Dee and I today. How's it going, Dee Dee?
Going good. Just had to run some errands.
How did you enjoy your ex castmates invading season 2 this past week?
I had to keep rewinding it just so I can laugh again. Like the whole Dillion. Elizabeth was funny too. But Dillion, he's like the comedian of the series right now. That was so hilarious to me.
Yeah, I thought it was also pretty damn hilarious. First, though, let's go up. Who went up for you this week compared to last week?
I can't say Dillion or Elizabeth.
I mean, you can if you want. I guess they did
Okay,
technically debut at the end of the episode.
Dillion and Elizabeth.
Who went down?
I have two people that went down. Uh Strategically, Chris went down. And personally, just for my preference, Hannah's in the basement right now.
Why do you say that about Hannah?
About Hannah, she told that lie so much that she started believing it herself. I just,
That Mana was voting everybody down.
yeah,
She does seem to be believing it. That's true.
yeah. That's what I was like. She actually believes this shit. That's crazy.
Well, we will start with Elizabeth and Delion. They were the main part of the episode. Their invasion, and they actually mentioned that they need to find their inner Dee Dee or Kelsey. Do you think they did that in this episode?
Minus the telling that they were in the show. Yes.
True.
Okay, I don't want to slip up, but yes, they found it. You gotta act like you don't know nothing.
Now, do you think they actually came off that way? Because according to Aaron, they might not have.
Um, in the preview, I took it as she caught on to them, but watching the whole show, it just seems like she sees that they have an understanding of the game, not in like a sneaky way or anything like that.
Now, do you like their strategy of Deleon's strategy especially of just being calm, cool, nervous?
I love it. I love it. Delion is hilarious. He is saying, I'm calm, I'm startled. Oh my goodness. Like, I couldn't do it if I was Elizabeth. I would have just been laughing the whole time.
Yeah, she did a good job of not laughing. Um, what about Elizabeth's size of coming in here? She's coming in she's asking a lot of questions, trying to gain information.
I wrote my notes on her. I said she is smooth. Like she has a way of like putting in questions for it to not be like interrogation, but like a general conversation. Like nobody even picked up that she was like just seeking information. They just thought she honestly wanted to know what was going on, which she did, but still she didn't do it in like a Karashikio kind of way.
True.
Yeah.
And I did like how every time somebody would ask, "Oh, you guys are new to the game," and Elizabeth would be the first one to say, "Yeah, we're new to the whole game."
I wish they would have been a little extra. I mean, they were extra already. I wish they would have been like, well, so which one of you is the other new player? Like, is it you? Like, which one of you just got here too? Am I the only one? I don't
True. That would have been some good acting as well.
know.
Let's see. So the first group that they spied on was Armani, Ella, Alexia. Now they talked a lot about Kia and Manu while the two were spying, but any thoughts on this conversation?
Here's the situation. Armani was talking like she was a eye key witness to the crime. Like she wasn't even in the chats when this happened. So that's one thing that irritates me. And another thing, what I just realized, not once did anyone approach Manu and asked him or confronted him about this happened. They just took a liar's word for it and just ran with it and just started spreading the whole falsehood.
True.
Yeah, I didn't like that. And what else? Who's the other person? Alexia and who else?
It was Ella.
Ella. Oh, I didn't write nothing for
Yeah, She
Ella.
was, she was pretty quiet in that conversation.
Yeah, I didn't write nothing for her.
The next one was Kia, Aaron, and Manu. A lot kind of happened in this conversation, but we'll start with Kia kind of, not wanting to give any information about when she was a power player. I mean, just making herself look suspicious again.
I don't know why they do that. Like, I don't get the big issue of just saying, like, does she have anxiety issues? Like, serious question.
Not that I know of.
Because I know that she laughs a lot every time she say a sentence.
I think she's just high.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Erin, I don't know how I see what she's trying to do with her strategy and everything, but it's something about dishonesty that I don't like. But except for Delia and Elizabeth, but it's like like grading dishonestly. I don't know if I'm a fan of that, but I guess.
What do you mean exactly?
Like, she's not grading honestly. She's just she is the one that's actually giving the ones low grades to everybody, and nobody sees it. But I'm not a personal fan of it, but strategy wise, that can get her to win if she keeps going, because nobody sees her as a threat because she's been at the bottom the whole time, and then blaming Manu for everything. So she's just gonna slide right by.
It did help you, Kelsey and Leo last season, didn't it?
It
did. So I mean, it is something that, I mean, you need more than one person, but it is something that can work.
Yeah.
Are you just upset that she gave Delia and Elizabeth both ones? Because she did.
Yeah. Anybody that gives Elizabeth, Delia, or Manu low grades, I'm pretty off their wagon.
Those are your stars of your top three.
Yes.
How did you feel? Speaking of Manu, how did you feel about him asking Elizabeth about how many exes she had?
That was funny. He's so innocent-ish. That's funny to me. Because Elizabeth does have a lot of boyfriends. She didn't even mention all of them, to be honest.
Oh, really? She was trying to play it off, trying to play it down.
But yeah, that was funny. That was hilarious. I like that.
It
And
was
he
a
actually
shame.
he talked more during this chat too.
Yeah, Day said in the chat that he thought maybe Liz was onto something, that Manu was acting different.
Oh.
And we kind of we did touch upon it, but I mean, any other thoughts on Aaron? Because although she's not completely onto him, she's just not warming up to them because she gave them both a 1.
Aaron just don't give a fuck about anybody. Aaron is like, she's the real Jesus. Not talking about it's Manu. No, it's her. She's gonna do what she has to do to get that win. I applaud her for that, I guess.
Well, the next group was Chris, Hannah, and Sasha. Any thoughts on? Well, you gave thoughts on Hannah, but thoughts on her being Eminem's 8th cousin.
If she's Eminem's 8th cousin, Tupac is my father. Since she putting out features, we have the same eye shape, the same like little cheek right here, little chin, and the same nose, sort of kind of like Jada Pinkett is my mother and Tupac is my father. We can go on Mari right now. Like 8th cousin. 8th cousins don't even count. Like, that's funny. 8th cousin similarity.
I feel like Delia felt the same way.
I'm like, I was doing the same. Like, did you just say Eminem her 8th cousin? Okay. He gives me like what's her name? Bad Baby vibes. The Dr. Phil little girl, the Dr. Phil girl.
Oh yeah. I don't know how to go that far, but I feel like
she give
me what you're saying. Let's see. Well, also in that conversation, Chris and Hannah, that was their first time meeting, and there's already a tension between them, it seems like, because Chris also, like Kia, didn't want to give information away, but I feel like it was more because of Hannah. He doesn't seem to trust Hannah.
Anybody with sense can see through Hannah, but Chris, he put that on himself. Like, I kind of figured Chris was doing too much, like even before he started acting weird, but I don't think nobody else noticed because everybody loved Chris. But he put that on himself, that he's the reason he got sent to the void, because he was being so secretive, like he's in the FBI or something. When it's not that deep, you can just say what happened.
And speaking of lies, DeLeon caught Hannah in the lie. She said, well, I think it was but it might have been ew, and then lied that she liked everybody. Were you surprised DeLeon caught on to that so
No,
fast?
I wasn't surprised at all. I was like, yeah, I knew he was gonna catch it because D-Leon, he got those big ass glasses. He gonna see everything.
Yeah, he is ready to read. Exactly.
Hmm. I don't think Hannah noticed.
He caught on
Not,
to
I
it.
don't. Yeah, I don't think she noticed that he caught on to it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. Do you have any other thoughts on this conversation?
I don't think Elizabeth caught that lie either.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't have
Well,
any other thoughts on that one.
we will move on to the Void. Alex, Shelby, JJ, kind of starting an alliance. We mentioned it last week because Lil saw in your season that the Void was gonna all work together to get revenge. So far, they kind of are working together, but do you like what they're doing so far?
I don't know if I would have put Alex back in. I would have thought it would have been Shelby, personally, because the only reason Shelby was eliminated because no one knew her. So I don't know about the whole Alex thing. I want to see how that's going to play out. But it seems like they're going to just gain more and more recruits because now Chris is down there too, fast forwarding. So that's more brain power. And Manu, with his little manipulative ways, everybody's just going to seek revenge on everybody that's in the game.
Very true, very true. I was also going to ask that because in the first podcast, you and Dot mentioned that Alex's social game isn't the strongest. So who do you think, or what do you think he needs to do, or who do you think he can, The only reason JJ put him up is because Kia seems to like Alex, but I mean, is that the most reliable source in the game?
No, Kia might be the next to go get eliminated. But I think I get them confused. I don't know if it's Ella or Sasha. One of them tried to save Alex or something like that. I can't remember. I think it was Sasha. I want to say it was Sasha.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so I think he should work with Sasha and see how that works out. I don't know if it'll work, but I don't know. He didn't give me really much personality to go off. He gave me personality, just not for this game.
And Sasha did come down to the Void. Remember, they visited, and
Oh,
supposedly there was going to be an alliance with Sasha and
I forgot about
Armani.
that, but yeah, that too. That too.
So that could work. Why do you think Shelby's being too nice, not putting
Shelby is
herself
being
out there?
entirely too nice. Like somebody just need to tell her to put her feet down or something, at least a finger, because she just go with everybody else whenever they say. I haven't seen her make one decision yet.
Yeah, I do think she would have been the best social player that would have been put back in the game.
Yeah.
Well, we lost our Armani, the Rona Armani. I mean, she's better now, but she couldn't continue the game. Any thoughts? I feel like it was a big loss because I feel like her personality. I do think she would have went far in the game. Honestly, I think she would have made the final three.
I think she would have went far too. I like her, but she was starting to irritate me a little bit. But I still
Manu.
like her. Yeah. Yeah, so I think she would have went far. So wait, she had COVID? Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. I figured I was gonna ask that because I put in by a question mark by it and I was like, eh. But she was lying on Manu too. But she wasn't really lying. She was just going by hearsay. But I still feel someone should have at least confronted him about it. And I just don't like the fact that she just sprinting like she just first responder or something.
I feel like she was so far one of the better players at like figuring things out and maneuvering, and even if it could have been a lie, she was the one spreading information. She was kind of a more she was kind of like DeLeon in season one, except he liked to spread things, and she
Oh,
was kind of spreading things. But I think she was in with more people as well,
okay. Okay.
because the whole bitch fiasco in season
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Sasha and Elizabeth. Someone in the chat called it the Olive Garden alliance. Do you think they could be a good alliance since they bonded
I
over
didn't think
pasta.
they were going to be that much alike. I thought she was going to be like mostly with Hannah and Ella, but I see how they can work together. I see them being friends after the show too, but that's because Elizabeth's so friendly and everything. But I see them working together because Sasha is somewhat in good hands. Was she a power player last or in the middle?
She was in the middle.
Okay. So it seems like she's going to keep going up and down. So I think that could work out. And Elizabeth's just going to be like in the middle or up. So that could probably work.
Do you think they would like have a strategy?
No,
No.
just friends. I think Elizabeth would be mostly working with Dillion. Like, to be honest, I don't think they're going to cross each other at all.
Speaking of DeLeon, this was his. I mean, you were a power player 4 times, but this was DeLeon's first time being a power player. He never was in season 1. How do you think he did as a power player for his first time?
I mean, he did what he could do because you can't come in there trying to eliminate nobody. You just got there, so he played it well. He played it really well, and I guess it just had to happen. R.I.P. Manu. I hope Hannah goes.
Yes, your not so BFF Hannah eliminated Manu, like she said she would.
She sticks to her word.
And I feel like Dylan didn't really put himself out there, but he did seem to want Chris out over Kia because he thinks Chris is more of a threat.
Yeah. Yeah, I would see Chris as more of a threat too because once upon a time Chris was top dog. Everybody knows Chris. I think he's met everybody. So most of the time, except for tonight, everybody was liking Chris. And Karashikio, she just, I don't know, from day one, she been acting, but it's the brownies or something since you said that. So yeah. I don't think he could say too much because they would be like, he just coming, they would have did the same thing like they did with Manu, saying he was trying to make alliances and everything. So I think he played it well.
Do you think it should have been? Well, I know you don't think it should have been Manu, but do you do you agree with the decision of Manu and Chris, or who would you rather think they should have went for?
If it was possible, Hannah. But for the people that's in the bottom, I would have to say, I would have said Chris and Aaron because it's gonna seem like, okay, she's nobody, but I'm gonna spot it out like real quick because I did the same thing. So I would have got Aaron out.
So you're looking for players that are similar to you.
Yes, they're the ones that need to go.
Well, we did talk about it, but Chris and Manu will be in the void now. Like, how do you think those dynamics will be? Because as much as Alex and JJ and Shelby want to work together, are they going to be willing to accept outsiders? I mean, I do think Shelby can work with
Yeah, I was
anybody,
just gonna
like she
say
said.
Shelby.
But like, do you think there's going to be a clash? Because these are they all have different strategies so far.
I don't know because at first Manu seemed to like Chris, but then he didn't. And then Chris didn't like Manu, but then he started to like Manu. They really just need to come to an understanding mutually in order to work together. I don't know if JJ, well, Alex is gone. I don't know if JJ will work with them, but he may simply because Shelby will willingly. So I guess that'll work. I don't know if it's good for the game. So
JJ spied on Chris and Kia and was kind of feeling like the alliance isn't the way to go. So do you think that could impede the possible Void alliance?
you said he think
Well,
Karashikio
because
and Chris
they
will.
were talking about alliance. Remember when Kia wanted to add like most of the players into their alliance?
She said the whole cast.
But he seemed very anti big alliance. So do you think he will work, or like hurt the Void from having this powerful alliance that could happen?
Hmm. Even if it were to be that big alliance, it's not going to work. But I don't think it'll be a clash because I still think the original three would be more closely linked than everybody else. But they'll say they'll work with everybody else, but it wouldn't be like important for them. They would be like secondary versus Alex and Shelby, which is comes primary.
Now, Chris he's been a strategist now. He's made some mistakes along the way, but what do you think he needs to do while he's in the void?
Try to recruit or something because I don't know why, but people seem to draw to Chris. Well, at first, like when he was being himself, I think he was being himself. People seem to draw to him, so I think that will work in a void. He can have his little team or whatever, and he can just somehow make himself the boss. But I don't know if that's gonna work because of Manu, and Manu is like Kanye. So I don't know. They're gonna have to work something out between the two of them.
Well, speaking of Manu, what does your boy Manu need to do in the void? Can Manu work with other people? Because so far it's been only Manu wanting to be Manu by himself.
See, I said Chris, but Chris is no help now. Really. I'm trying to see if he had to work with anyone. I don't think anyone will work with him simply because of that line. I don't think, well, probably, well, they're not gonna click with them. I was gonna say Delia and Elizabeth, that's not
What about Shelby? Shelby seems to be in the void anyway, the one that can work with anybody, so she says.
I'm gonna think she can work with anyone. She can work with Manu, probably, because she's so desperate. She's not desperate, but like she's not picky. So I think she could work with him, but I don't think it'll be successful or anything.
Well, anything from this episode that I missed that might be in your notes?
See. Oh, did Armani tell? I can't remember if Armani told Alexia that Karashiki was in her group. Did she tell her that?
I think she did, but she didn't really like go into detail about what happened.
Oh, see, if I was Alexia, I would have like checkmarked that as suspicious.
True.
Oh, I was so rude. I was rude about JJ this whole time. I want to give him his props. He's a good spy. He got some good intel in the way he confirmed the alliance, in the way he set up the chats. I give him his props for that.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like if he wasn't, at work so much, similar to Monet, I feel like they had a good read on situations. Yeah. Well, you were correct in your prediction last week that Manu would be getting eliminated. Would you like to make any predictions for this next episode?
I'm gonna put it on the universe. Hannah goes to the void. I think, I don't know. See, I'm kind of iffy on Alexia. I don't know if people are going to like see her as like Miss Congeniality and like, and I also predict right that most of the power players are going to go down. I'm gonna put that out there.
You did.
But hopefully Hannah goes down, but I predict that next person goes to the void would probably be Karashika, just because of the same attitude as Chris had.
Well, to end this podcast, I just kind of want to go through everybody. I want to see if your mind has changed on them from the beginning and what you think they need to do going forward for their games. We'll just start with Elizabeth. How was her first episode, and what does she need to do going forward?
She don't need to do nothing. She's doing really great.
What about Deleon?
Same.
Do you think he can keep up this whole calm, cool, collective, nervous act?
I think so. At first, like when I first found out like he was going to be on the show, I was like, he's just going to blow it all up. But I really think he can keep it up because he is an actor. So.
What about Sasha?
Sasha. Oh, okay. I think I don't know, she's not really doing much, but I think like her and Elizabeth can just figure out something amongst themselves and add like other people, I guess, like Ella or something.
Now, what about Alexia? She has been the power player 2 times in a row. What does she need to do?
Mm. I guess doing what she's been doing because she's been there all this time, even though I don't think she's gonna be on there permanently. She might move a little bit, but for the most part, she should stay doing what she's doing. If it's not broke, why you gotta fix it?
Do you think she's been a power player because she's nice, or what do you think's working?
I think it's because she's nice and she's so sweet. But so is Shelby, so but people didn't know Shelby, so
What about Ella?
oh I didn't really get much from her from this episode. I don't know. I don't know.
Now I know you're against her, but what does Hannah need to do? I mean, love her or
Go
hate her, so
go
far
to the
she
void.
is. Well, could your mind change on Hannah at any point? Do you think, or do you think she's going to be at the bottom of your list?
She's gonna be at the bottom a little bit. Like the only way she'll come up if I be like, I hate her less. Not really hate, because hate is a strong word, it's just a game. But overall, she keeps her word. She says she's gonna do what she has to do. Uh she's good at spreading rumors, so she could probably try to do that again to turn on somebody to get them out. Because now that I think about it, those are the two people that she wanted out, Chris and Manu, and
Sure.
she got what she wanted. So I think that'll work. I hope not, but I think it'll work.
Do you think there's anything Kia can do to turn her game around?
No, she's over.
No faith?
No faith.
How about Erin? Is she ever going to get out of the bottom?
No, she's not gonna get out the bottom, but she's not gonna get eliminated either.
So you think the bottom's working for her?
So far, yes, I think it'll work.
Let's see, who did I forget? That's still in the game anyway. Yes, that is actually everybody. So we'll go with Alex, who's coming back into the game. What does he need to do?
I don't know. Make some friends or something. Not a lot, but like enough. And probably not tie them in, but like he should get one person that's a big influence. I hate to say this. He should get Hannah and should tie her in with the alliance and the void, because Hannah has this big personality. She's not like she's semi likable, but she does has a presence to where she can get what she wants. So I think he should tie her into that, and she can work from the top of the food chain in the game, and he can just work like middle or bottom.
That is a good idea. What about, we did talk about it, but any more thoughts on either of the four in the void of what they need to do?
Shelby needs to stop being nice. Like she's just letting people run over her. I feel so bad for her.
She needs to put her foot down and try and get her own way.
Something. Tell the cat to do it or something. Goodness.
Well, any final thoughts, Didi?
Uh, oh, Team Delia and Team Elizabeth.
Is there
Since
anybody
Manu was
else?
gone.
Anybody else that's taken Manu's place or no?
Mm. I hate to say this, but I don't. Well, no, because I don't think she'll win. I was going to say Hannah, but I don't think she'll win. So I'm gonna say Erin. Like Lilian and Elizabeth are like right here, and Erin is like down here somewhere, but she's third.
Touche. All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining me. I just want to say, hopefully Dot's okay in Texas, but hopefully everybody's okay in Texas. They're going through it this week. Just want to give a shout out to everybody in Texas. Hopefully they're able to turn shit around this week. Yes, with the K. Fan guy, all of them. There's a lot of Texans. Monet is in Texas. I think even Shelby's in Texas. So.
Oh wow.
hopefully they're all doing okay. All right, Dee Dee, thank you. I will see you next week.
All right.